everyone and welcome to today's lesson of Simlish 101. Today we'll be translating and or decoding TV shows within The Sims 4. I have done multiple screenshots of all programs within the game, so this is just part one of many. I don't know how many we'll be looking at. For this lesson we'll be looking at 3 title cards from the Action channel. Please revert back to the previous lesson where I teach you Imajar Simlish's alphabet. This is a key element in the next few lessons for you to understand, because I will be translating all of the Imajar Simlish letters into English. The alphabet will be in the first part of the episode or lesson, followed by a short break in between, and covers on again. But it is a key element for you to learn or get an understanding of what these letters are. Also, in the description below there will be the pictures that we'll be looking at, and also I'll show them briefly on the screen for you to have a look at as well. So let's get this decoding and translating up and running, shall we? The first one we'll be looking at is this one on the screen. I'll translate it while we're going along. I don't want to spoil it as soon as the picture comes on. Sorry that the camera's getting a bit fuzzy. There we go. Apologies. So, okay, let's start on decoding it. So we've got the first 3 characters at the top, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 letters below. Now, first things first, I need to clarify with you that there may be a bit of mispronunciation, errors in the text. That is normal. They don't really expect anyone to decode the words in the game, but getting a general idea of what these words are is really fascinating, and a lot of work has been taken into it. So first things first, there's the 3 letters at the top. Now to try and move myself around the camera so I don't knock it. So the first 3 letters, and if you remember, the first one is a T. The first one is a T. The next one, and if you remember, this letter was my favourite, it looks like the one in English. It's H. H. And the final one, the final letter, the top word, is E. And I have to tell you, it does remind me of a Teletubby. Oh dear. If you remember Teletubbies, you'll understand. Now the longer word, and the 3rd letter in there. Oh my goodness, it's my favourite, and I'm being sarcastic here. So the chair-looking one, and it can be confused with the letter C in the alphabet, but I can assure you it's F. So the first letter in the longer word is F. Next letter is, can you guess? Are you looking at the lesson plan, the previous lesson? Check up on the letters. Ooh, I'll tell you, it is I. The letter is I. It's like playing Hangman as well, isn't it? And of course, the legendary letter that I really hate to spell out, but thankfully today we'll be decoding it into English, and that letter is G. G. The next one, of course, it is H. Can you see it building up now? After that is, yep, T. You're remembering the letters now, aren't you? Remembering them. Next one is E. E. There we go. Oh, we're getting a word now, aren't we? We're getting a word. What's after E? It's the word that spells out my name. Ah. What's that word? The fighter. The fighter. And the last three letters, M. It looks like a fallen down X. M. Next one. We all know it's the first letter of the alphabet. It's A. And the last one. What fits at the end of that? What fits at the end of it? I'll tell you. N. And there we go. That is the first action program decoded. But I believe it's more called Fireman. Fireman. F-I-R-E-M-A-N. Because in that program, there is a fireman saving a toddler and many other Sims. So it is really close because he is a fighter because he fights fire. So either way, these two are both right in either way. A firefighter man, fireman, the fighter man. It's really clever, isn't it? It's really, a lot of thought has gone into this one. So without further ado, let's jump into the next title card. So the next one is more of an Oriental program, and it's quite a short title one, so we'll get that in no time. So the first letter, and it does. But what does the letter look like to you? Oh, sorry. First things first. Here's the picture. I totally forgot about that picture. Okay, keep that for a few seconds. Right then, off it goes. You can also see the pictures in the description below, and the focus on my camera is going funny today. I don't know why. Sorry, apologies for that. So what does the first letter look like to you? If you want to go back and look at the picture, again, it's in the description, in an album. It should be the second one. What does it look like to you? Any guesses? Keep my camera stop being so out of focus. Well, I am going to tell you. The first letter is D. And it's an interesting word, I'm going to have to say. Next one is, of course, R. R. Doctor. And the third letter is the first letter of the alphabet, and that is A. A. And the final letter in that word is, it's not an upside down T. There we go. My mouth is dry, I'm sorry. It's not an upside down T, it is a V. It's very similar, but it's a V. So we have drav. What do you think that means? What do you think drav means? Do you think it's a native Simlish word? Or is it in another language? If you know, comment below, that would be grand. It'd be great to hear everyone's opinions on the lesson. So the next word below, that is a L. L. Dravl. What's after L? It's that funny looking letter again. It's O. We do use a lot of O's in words. Go O. What do you think after that? if the character next to the D looks like an R, what do you think goes there? Any guesses? Yes. R. And here we go again with the final letter. It looks exactly like this. So it is a D. A nice short title for you. Dravlord. Dravlord. Any idea what Drav may mean? Could it be in a word on its own in another language? Or is it an original Simlish word? So, without further ado, we'll jump into the final title card for today's lesson. I don't want to make this video or any other videos longer than it was in the Learning the Alphabet video I did. I don't want to keep it too long, it might be a bit too much for you. So let's jump into the last one, shall we? So here we are on the final word. Here is a picture. Wah! I'm sorry if it's a bit too dark. I'll try my best to brighten up the picture in the video for you. It's a bit dark on my screen, but I can just see it. It's a little hard to read. So let's decode it, shall we? The first letter on the top row, let's see, that is a strange W. W. It's a very faint font they use. It's a very strange contrast of colours. Dark red on black. Really difficult to see. So that's the first letter. The second letter is a O. Just waiting for you to put your input in to see if you know. I'm joining you in with the lesson. The next letter is... Can you guess? Is it too dark? It's L. And then after that, it is F. And then we'll go into the next word on that top line. And we have that favourite letter everyone loves. It's G. G. The next one is... That was my ankle, sorry if you heard it. The next one is a U. U, we hardly use U's. It's the first time we're seeing much of it. And the final letter in this word is a Y. And I think my pen is almost running out. It's getting a bit dry. On the bottom line, we have that typical familiarised three-letter word, and we've used it before. I'll just spell it out. It's T-H-E. The. Now it's a bit awkward writing from the side. I'm not on top of the camera. If I was, I would keep knocking my head into the tripod stick to steer it around like this. That's the train. And the final word in this title card, the first letter is a L. The next is an I. Then we have a V. We don't see V's that much, but we just did in another one, in a previous title card. It's very rare. It's a very rare letter, just like the U and the Y. And then an I, another I. Can you guess what this word is going to be? Live. Yep. Ing. Living. Wolfguy the Living. Interesting. I wasn't sure if it was a credit title or the actual program it was referring to. I was a bit short, slow at trying to capture it because it was pretty quick on the screen. But that's what's in the title right there. And it's really interesting to see how much work has been put into the programs. Now, not all of the programs will be decoded fluently. I've noticed some that still look Simlish. So which is really interesting. I mean, when you decode with the letters, you find it a bit more easier to, pronounce it. Thank you all so much for sticking around and learning the title cards and all things Simlish. Hope you join me once again in the next lesson where we look at another 3 program titles and discover what they mean. It's really been quite an education for myself, and I hope it's been quite the education for you too. It's been quite a challenge, and finding hidden messages is quite funny as well. But I'm still on the hunt to look for some more hidden messages within the game. And if you have any pictures from your game of signs or whatever, TV programs, etc., then feel free to comment below or go on to simsvip.com/forums, find me there, or either on Twitter or any other social media that I've always displayed in the comments, in the description below, and get in touch with me there, show me your picture, and I'll be more than happy to translate it for you and then feature it in another lesson. As always, these are instructions to find my thread on simsvip.com forum. Find me there. My name there is just the same as here, but without the gaming. You'll know it's me. You'll find me. I'm always there, creeping around. It's a lovely place. I recommend you sign up though. It's fun. It's fun, really fun. But anyway, thank you all so much for joining me today, and I hope to see you in my very next video. I'll talk to you later. Bye bye. Whoop.